feel so horrible every time I leave the apartment, but what to do? Just got home. It was a really short night for me. I'm home by 12 or something, 12:30, and I'm probably gonna do some work, I think, because I'm not too tired, and then I'm gonna go to bed. We just came home from being out in the city, getting some coffee, having a great time, and now it's back to work. It's the next day. I just came home, or not just came home, but we went out to have a play date for Axel, and we came home. He fell asleep almost immediately after, and I've been sitting here getting some work done. What I'm really looking into right now is how we can get this prototype made, the MVP. I want to kind of just have a clear understanding of how we can get the actual product made and what route we are going towards, because I want to have a very clear vision to show investors. So it's really just about like pinpointing every little detail right now. Yesterday night I spent on writing the whole application for patenting. I need to go over that with my co-founder on Wednesday. I'm thinking about asking her if we can do it tomorrow, because I feel like it just goes by so freaking slow at this point, and I really just want to get something done. I feel unproductive because everything is just taking so freaking long, and I just want to get things out there. So I might ask her if we can do it tomorrow already, and then just get the application sent off right away. Start working on a product, building the prototype. I think that's really just where we're at, and also just so we have something to show investors, because it's really just about time for us to actually pitch to investors and get some funding so we can go full time on this project, because it's just balancing all of this and juggling all of this with also having a full-time job and my studies and friends and family. Like, we're going to a wedding this weekend, and it's just stressing me out, because then I have almost no time during that weekend to work on this project, which is usually when I have the most time to work on it. And yeah, I just feel like the project we have going on right now is so complicated, so complex, and it's so time consuming, like any other startup project would be. So I really just feel like it's about time that we go full time on this project, and I'm probably going to be saying that a lot because it bums me out every single day at this point. I feel like I am just having so many things going on in my head and in my life, and I'm just stressing out over things. Like, I do enjoy it and I do find it very interesting and exciting, but I can also kind of feel myself getting lost in all of the stress of everything else kind of culminating and adding up. So it's just about time that we go and seek some funding, and I just personally want to be very prepared before we do that. But I'm gonna keep working on this. I think either tonight or tomorrow I'll buy the last of the equipment to make the actual prototype, just so we can test that it works. And if it does work, and if we're satisfied with our application, I think we might send the patent application out tomorrow. And that would be really nice, just get that out of the way, because then we have the actual patent pending. I also don't think I've shared with you guys what we're actually doing. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't. Maybe you've already been able to figure it out somehow, but what we're really working on creating and developing is a high-tech stroller that has a feature that I'm not going to show with you yet. It has a couple of features actually that I'm not going to share with you guys yet, and I will very soon, I promise. It's going to be very exciting, and we are going to be working on that for the next years, and it's so amazing and exciting, and yeah, just so excited to actually have a product in my hand that actually works, that we actually have a patent pending on, and that we can share with you guys, because that excites me more than anything else. Just being able to actually share with you guys what we've been working on. And I'm so excited for this idea and this invention that I really just want to get it out there. And I feel like so many parents could benefit from having this product, which is why we're building it in the first place, because building and developing it is time consuming and difficult and expensive, with a very, very big E. And yeah, so I'm just so excited to actually be able to share with you guys what we have been working on. So stay tuned for that. Today is Wednesday. I am quickly gonna take a shower. I have a meeting with Nana in a few hours and I need to prepare for that. And Axel is napping. His daycare is closed today and yesterday, so I really haven't gotten much work done. But I want to just quickly take a shower, get back to work, plan for the meeting, and yeah, then I'll catch up with you guys afterwards. Just had the meeting with Nana. I'm gonna clean up the apartment for a very short while before Axel needs to go down for the night. Oh wait, are you taking the camera? Okay. I'm gonna give this little guy a quick diaper change, and then I think we're gonna go on a little late night walk just to get some snacks for him, both for tonight and then for tomorrow as well. And then I think he needs to go to bed. Good morning, friends. It is Friday today. I set my alarm to like 4 a.m. but it didn't go off. I think it went off, but just silently, so I didn't wake up. That's kind of annoying because now it's like 7:30 and I wanted to have a bunch of stuff done already. Axel is of course already awake, so I'm not gonna be able to work for the next few hours until he has his nap. But I figured because we are low on food here at home, we could go out in the pouring rain and we could go grocery shopping at a mall that's close by. And whilst doing that, we can also drop by this hardware store and buy some cables for our prototype. So I've been so excited to tell you guys about this because, oh my god, it is so exciting. But yeah, what we're building is a new kind of stroller. It has some technology incorporated in it. And all I can say for now, and I'm really sorry to disappoint you that I can't disclose any of the like real features yet, but it's gonna provide improved sleep quality for the baby. And it's very exciting because it's a product that I could have really used when I was a mom, or when I was a newborn mom, and I could still use it today. So I'm really excited to just get this done. I started building the very first prototype, so I've been kind of an electrician, I think you could say, and I'm really not good at it, but I try to just make things work because we don't have either an engineer or an electrician or anyone with like a technical background. It's only me and my co-founder Nana, who we kind of have like the same abilities, which is not so good. So that is also why we're looking for a third co-founder.
with some technical background. And that's gonna be kind of a long journey because finding a co-founder these days can be kind of rough. But anyway, we're trying. It's not like we need it right away to get started. I know how to build that prototype, and once we have the prototype, we are gonna test it out. So it's gonna be our so-called MVP. And if you don't know what MVP is, it's a minimum viable product. So it's like the very, very, very first stage of our product. It's like you look at this thing and it looks insane and it's embarrassing, but that's how you know you've done a good job, because you want to test out your product before starting to build and improve, because then you can kind of improve with the feedback that you get from the users. So when we have the first prototype all good and working and tested, we can test it on users, and that's going to be very exciting as well. And we have kind of a deadline because we have a very important meeting on September 25th, and within that meeting we have to be able to provide some clear testing, and it's now September 5th, so it's in like 20 days, and we want to first like test the prototype. We want to make sure it works. We want to test that it has the ability to improve the sleep quality. We want to test like the safety, the lifetime of the product. We want to test like the aesthetic, how do we want it to look, is it possible to make it look that way. We want to test it on babies, of course, so we want to test it on maybe 20 babies to start with. So how do we get those babies, and like how do we reach out to people and ask like, hey, can I borrow your baby for like 2 hours? I'm not gonna borrow it, of course the parents are gonna be there, but or like, you know, do you want to use this product for like 2 hours and then get back to us with feedback? Or do you want to just try to make your baby sleep in this product? So yeah, that's kind of like the most challenging part, and I think this part of building a business is the most like time-consuming, nerve-wracking, like intense part of doing it. I don't know if it is. I probably still have a lot to come, but I just think this is really not what I want to be doing. I want to be building, I want to be making the product, I want to be promoting, I want to do all of this stuff, I want to be patenting, I want to do everything, but obviously this is so important. Already now we've realized that if we just went ahead and patented our product, we would have some issues, because now we're building a prototype and probably not going to be exactly the way we wanted it to be. So that is why it's so important to build the MVP as soon as possible, and we could probably have saved ourselves a lot of headache by just trying to build something. And I would definitely recommend that to anyone who wants to make something innovative. So yeah, but I'm gonna get ready, gonna get Axel ready, then we're gonna go shopping. Okay, bulls. I really just have to get on here and just like talk with you guys, because so many things have happened, so many things are going through my head all of the time, and I'm just like, wow, I'm just struggling to find structure in all of it, because so many different opportunities just arise every single week, and there's so many things I want to say yes to, but I also need to just keep my focus on this. In terms of opportunities that rose up in the last week, I got this really great job offer. It's right by where I live. It's like basically 5 minutes this way, and that would just save me so much time in terms of transporting myself to work every single day, and that would be really nice. But I also feel like it's gonna be a lot more work. I know it's gonna be a lot more overtime work, and I don't really see that fitting in to my
like daily schedule unless I'm very structured. There would be like no room for taking a break, making mistakes, things dragging out within the business. That there would be like no room for mistakes at all, but it would provide us so much more money to put into the business. But it would be a very like temporary solution because it probably wouldn't allow me much both time and also energy to put into the project. So that is really where I'm conflicted, because it would provide a lot more resources in terms of capital, but it would take away some of my time. So I'm trying to decide what is most important for me. I'm also really satisfied within my current role and my current job, and they provide me so much freedom, flexibility, both in terms of my role within the company. I can kind of like shift and kind of like experience new things. For example, if I wanted to see how marketing was done, I could easily go up to the marketing people and be like, hey, can I follow you around for the day because I want to see how this works. And I've really been enjoying that. But also just in terms of me working from home, I can easily work from home. I can also easily go to a meeting somewhere out in the city. I can like do stuff and still be like living up to my job tasks at work. And that is also really nice. I feel like there's a lot of flexibility. So I've been really struggling with that. I really just enjoy my current role so much. I enjoy the company and it's really nice. But in relation to the other job offer, it's like way underpaid. It's such a big difference. It's almost like one person's salary in difference from my current salary to the one I could be receiving. So that's also something to take into consideration, but it would also mean a lot more work, which is my time is also valuable, and my energy in general is very valuable because I need to still have energy to be with my son and be present and want to go play and take him to play dates and stuff when I get home from work. And I'm worried that if I get a really consuming, very stressful and just like very challenging job, it is going to be fun while I'm at work. But as soon as I get home from work, and I remember this from being in a similar role, I was just completely exhausted and I didn't have the energy to both be sitting with my son, and then after he goes to bed I would be sitting with the project and trying to make ends meet within those frames. So I'm not sure I'll see it working out, and I'm really happy about my current role, so I'm very conflicted. I really don't know what to do. Another opportunity that rose up was I talked with someone who was looking to join a startup, and we were hoping she could be our technical co-founder, and apparently she wasn't. We just completely misunderstood like her expertise, but she kind of offered to maybe go into it and then we could sell something a little more that was like faster to market, instead of us going the venture capital angel investor route. We could try to just bootstrap ourselves all the way there. I don't think that's possible either way, but I think it would be nice to have something that is way easier to get on the market. But I also think it would take away so much of our focus in terms of what we're trying to build. I know we want to implement other products. We want to sell accessories for our main product, but I want it to be so that we are really clear on our vision, our strategy, our outlook, like our brand identity before we start moving into other parts of that business. So I'm really conflicted on whether we should do that or not, whether it would take too much of our time, but it would also be really nice because that would mean that we would be able to go full time on this project earlier, but it would probably also be more work than I'm doing now because I've run a web shop before and it was a lot of work, and I'm just worried that I would kind of lose focus on what we're really trying to accomplish and then just end up being a web shop, because that's not what we are trying to be. We're trying to build this amazing innovative product, build a community, and like build a really strong brand. So I am not sure about that. It almost feels like selling out, and I know it's not, because in the end it is to start our process and kind of like bootstrap, and in the end it would probably lead to us selling ownerships in the company for much less if we provide some very detailed, like, this is what we've done, we've accomplished it, this, you can see that we can sell, you can see that we can market, we can do all of this stuff, and that is just really, wow. I think it's very difficult. Okay, then another opportunity that came up was me going into the role of being kind of like a brand strategist, a creative director, which is a job I would love to have, which is also the job that I would be fulfilling in our company. And I think the brand is really cool and hip and nice and kind of in line of the same thing that we want to do. So it would be a very fun experience. It would be pretty cool to help them out. They're not a startup per se, but they're starting in Denmark as of November. So it is kind of a startup in that sense. So I think it would be really cool to just get like that experience, but also it's part-time and I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to pay my bills if I just go part-time with something. And if I do go part-time, maybe I want it to be within my current role, but then I definitely would not have enough to pay my bills. And it's so frustrating because I really just want to be full-time on this project now. I feel like I have so many different balls to juggle and I just want to have like one thing to focus on. I feel like I can't even make time to make these videos, make videos for TikTok, for Instagram. It's just the mental load that is just all, it's a lot. It's really a lot. So yeah, I don't know. I think first up, I'm probably gonna pass on the job opportunity because I think in the end, it just didn't seem flexible. And whether I had this project or not, I want flexibility and I want to have energy for my son. That is like the number one most important thing. And I feel like I would get stressed out, I would get burned out within that role. So I think I'm gonna pass on that. Also because I really like my current role. The money is just money, right? Money is just money. Maybe I'm gonna make tons of money from this project in like a year or two. I don't know, probably not, but maybe 3 to 5 years or something. So the money is gonna come at some point. It's just, wow, working at a job where you know you could have switched and make so much more money is kind of hard to pass on. But yeah, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna value the well-being of my son way above that. So probably gonna pass on that opportunity. Probably also gonna pass on the creative director job thing and just stay in my current role because I really do like the company that I'm in. I really do feel like I can make a lot of change and still have the flexibility to make my family life work and to make this project come to life. So I feel like I just have to really narrow down on what my focus should be on right now. So first things first, my family, of course. Then I have my 9-to-5 job. Then I have the project. And within the project, there's going to be, right now, product development, prototyping, testing, validating. That's the most important thing right now. Then we have social media, marketing, doing all of that stuff. Also very important. Need to be doing that daily or at least weekly and then just batch my content. I need to be doing that. And then I think I'm gonna add a fifth, and that's gonna be like collecting a team that's gonna make this project come to life, because I obviously don't have the time, the resources, the energy to be doing it all by myself. I also really don't have the technical skills to make this happen. And we have been talking to a potential technical co-founder, and I'm really hoping she gets on board because she seems very promising. But I'm thinking of adding one more to our team and just being like a 4-women job, because I really just need to have a team where we uplift each other. And when someone is, for example, the possible technical co-founder is on maternity leave right now, and we are 4 women, so we are gonna have different periods of our life where we are gonna be either on maternity leave or vacation or sick leave, whatever. There needs to be room for that. So I think a 4-person job could be, in the end, pretty good. Yeah, let's just see. Yeah, that's really just what I wanted to get off my chest right now. I'm just gonna go back to work.